What's up, movie Jewish Schmoedown fans? It's me again. I'm back for another Schmoedown reaction video. This time, it's Klee Wiggins versus Britney Young. Once again, corruption versus the stars. I just happened to watch the last time these two squared off in the previous match between Chris TV and Claudia Dolph. Obviously, corruption came on top on that match. This time, who knows? Because I haven't watched it yet, obviously. Obviously, as you can see, I'm representing the stars once again because I have been wearing the corruption hoodie all day, pretty much, because I was wearing it at work. But yeah, I think the stars at this point need all the support they can get because haven't been doing so hot this season. They lost 2 belts. They lost an opportunity to reclaim 1 belt. And they did have a couple of wins this season, but they had a lot of losses this season, which is really unfortunate because I think Rock Destroyer is the best manager in the Schmoedown. She just, happens to have a lot of bad luck, especially with the reel and the questions and all kinds of stuff. Anyways, Britney Young coming off of a win against Chris Jericho, so yeah, that's kind of interesting because Chris Jericho played for the Stars last season, and now Roxy is managing the woman who beat him in that season. So, it's kind of a weird connection, but such is the way of life and the Schmoedown. So let's just quickly see how this match turns out because I'm getting really tired right now. It's past 4 in the morning, and I'm not making much sense. And I probably won't be making any sense in my answers as I participate in the match. So here we go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. And folks, what a treat of a match we have for you. It is Klee Sweet Tea Wiggins taking on Britney Cherry Bomb Young, 2 competitors whose most recent foray into Movie Trivia Schmoedown was met with rousing successes. Klee at this year going up against Sabrina Ramirez and getting a TKO. And then PJ, I was trying to refer to Britney Young, who won at last year's Spectacular over a very game Chris Jericho. By the way, folks, I'm just Mark Ellis. That is PJ Campbell. Hello, sir.
What's going on, guys? It's good to be here, finally calling a match with you. This is very exciting, a little out of the blue, but I'm happy to be here.
It was completely planned, folks. PJ, just watch the changes in the second set and try to keep up. This is exciting because if you're joining us here at the Schmoedown for the very first time, we love movie trivia, we love sports entertainment, and what we love most is combining all those into one giant Vitamix that is largely stirred by the gentleman just over there. He is our head writer. We have a great team of writers. PJ corrals all of it, and those questions that you're going to be seeing these competitors field today largely on the shoulders of that young man. So, PJ, when you hear the name Klee Sweet Tea Wiggins or Britney Cherry Bomb Young, tell me a little bit about each competitor as they both go into this match with a 1-1 record.
I mean, look, they've both showed a lot of really great strengths so far as they've played. Klee, especially having done 2 different Black Cinema exhibition matches, showed a lot of great strength. Then she came out against Sabrina Ramirez. The match went really well, went in her favor, man. She ran all of round 2 after a pretty roughish round 1, but she came out on top. And then when you look at that match with Chris Jericho, and that match was so good, and Britney came to play, and she really pulled through in the end, came through in round 3, came in with the Vic.
Hey, you want to come up clutch, especially if you come from the world of wrestling, even if that is wrestling on the hit show Glow versus an actual wrestler. And you're right, Klee getting vengeance for last season's TKO at the hands of the Barbarian. She gets a knockout of her own. And so both competitors looking to sport a winning record at the end of this match. Only one is going to be able to pull that feat off. For more on how we got here, let's take a look at another Schmoedown promo.
I definitely want to ride this going into hopefully next season. Christian, have me back. I mean, technically I'm 2-1 if we include my Glow match, but I'm not gonna asterisks on that one.
It's kind of like what I told Ben Bateman. Either you're with us or you're against us. So if you want to win, you want to be a winner, you want to come to the championship.
And no, Ben Bateman is playing for you!
What makes a great leader? Someone who learns from their mistakes. Someone who's willing to admit when they are wrong, see the holes, and then figure out exactly what they need to do to fill them.
Hey Schmoedown friends, it's your girl Britney Young. I am back for my first match of the season. So excited to be here. Guys, I'm on a new team. I still came back because I got pride, I got the knowledge, I'm ready to go.
Britney is a star. She beat us. She beat us fair and square. Yep. I got smarter, and I made sure that Britney ended up on my team.
It's Sweet Tea back again and ready to win. My opponent may think she's got the glow, but I'm about to climb Machu Picchu and plant my flag.
Klee Wiggins knocked the future out of Sabrina Ramirez's entire Schmoedown career. So if you think for a second that she can't handle some D-list celebrity, then you're probably a Stars fan, which means you're stupid and have poor taste.
Klee has enjoyed the taste of victory when it comes to an exhibition match. She did win the Black Cinema match that we did for the Skybound Expo.
It really boosted my confidence of saying that, yeah, I'm good at this. So I'm ready for it.
But I'll tell you one thing, I came to compete. Because corruption don't raise no punks.
It's nothing personal with Sabrina. It's like sometimes you just get smacked across the face with an ice-cold can of Twisted Klee. Nothing you can do about it.
Shannon Barney, who never makes any changes, admits when she's made any mistakes, and just keeps going with the same old game that she's been playing.
Sweet Tea
as last year,
now knows what victory tastes like.
Won her the championship,
and naturally she wants more.
I'm ready. I am ready to rock the Stars faction. Getting the game face on. Up against Klee Wiggins from Corruption. I have been watching her matches. She's tough. She's a competitor. I'm gonna try to make her smile.
Klee, I'm sorry, you're collateral damage here, honey. You're pretty good, but you're with Corruption, and that is a fatal flaw, my friend.
She's gonna be my friend by the end of this, and hey, I might even pull up the W for the Stars. I'm super pumped. Are you super pumped? We're out here, Schmoedown. Let's go.
Bring it like it's potluck. I got the Twisted Tea, and it's going right upside your head. With love.
You just can't be mad at Britney. You just can't.
All right, folks. Well, that's really the other story of the match here today, PJ, is that, it's going to be fun watching Sweet Tea go against Cherry Bomb. And it's just fun saying those two names. But you also have Shannon Barney managing Klee, and Corruption looking to make a move right now. But in their way are the Rock Stars, coached, of course, by Roxy Stryer. I guess they're just called the Stars now. We like rock and roll around here, too, though. And so, look, Roxy needs a big win. This could be it. How's she going to get there?
I mean, look, this is going to be a tough match. I think both these competitors are coming to play, and Corruption's had a little bit of a rough season. They're finally starting to come back, but Roxy kind of keeps standing by. She keeps hitting back, and I'm very curious to see how this is going to go down today.
I'm very curious to know where your dogs are. They haven't barked yet. We're off to a hot start here.
I know, they're asleep under the desk. It's kind of nice.
All right, bud, you ready to get going?
I am, if you are.
Then it's time for the movie Trivia Schmoedown! Introducing first, with a record of 1-1, representing the Stars, Britney Cherry Bomb Young! Britney Young is here. Hello, Britney, the Cherry Bomb. You're back. You're back. The last time we saw you, you were in a remote location, to say the least, and now you're back at home with your own comfy Wi-Fi. How do you feel going into this match against Sweet Tea?
I feel great. Comfy Wi-Fi, comfy couch. I mean, I'm just here to make friends and win and have a good time. Same old from Cherry Bomb. New team though. That's new.
It's a new team for her, PJ. And so Britney looking very spry and ready to get going here. You got any questions you want to ask Miss Young?
Same.
Well, I've just got to ask, like, how are you feeling going into this today? You have a new team. How has Roxy been treating you, getting you ready for this match?
I mean, definitely loving the new team. The faction love, family love is strong. Roxy's great. I mean, I told her that in my last match versus Jericho, and she took it to heart, and she drafted me, so I'm excited to be on the Stars. I'm nervous, but I'm excited to play, so I'm ready.
Excited.
What do you make of this corruption? Because you know that Shannon Barney, the queen of corruption, she has no problem lobbing insults, even at some people she may admire outside of the Schmoedown. So it's almost like you're not just going up against Klee Wiggins, you're going up a very intimidating faction looking at you. Do you let that get in your head at all, or do you just rise above it all?
I mean, I love Shannon. I love corruption. We all know Cherry Bomb is about the love. I'm just going to bring him in for a, vaccinated hug. Just getting in there. We're going to have a good time. Throw the lobs. I don't take it to heart. We're here to play.
And her opponent with a record of 1-1, representing corruption. She's already got one knockout on the season. It is Klee Wiggins.
818 till I die.
There is Klee quoting one of the greatest comics of them all. Klee, you look across the desk from you and you see Britney Young. I'm not sure if you were a fan of any of her work, if you've seen her on Glow or any of her other numerous projects, but is it sort of weird to be playing against somebody who maybe you've been a fan of until this point?
No.
I thought you might say that.
Well, at least she's honest, Mark.
No. I mean, I sleep with Ed Greer every night, so.
Oh, my God. I wouldn't wish that fate on anyone. But tell Ed I said hi. PJ, it's all yours.
Well, look, Klee, you're coming off a big victory today off of Sabrina Ramirez coming into this match. So how are you feeling going up against Britney today?
I'm feeling great. I've got my setup here with my water, my booze, my gum, my old lady candy. I'm ready to go.
Mark seems positive. She's very excited.
I kind of just want to
positive energy.
Do you feel like you're riding a momentum wave right now because you're coming off a pretty impressive knockout in your last match? You were saddled with opponent's choice. You managed to pull through that round 2 brilliantly. So what do you take from that match into this new competition?
Oh, I don't sleep on anything. So, I prepare for this match as I would with any other.
Seems pretty focused, locked in, ready to go, and well coached by the queen of corruption, Shannon Barney. All right, let's get our competitors face to face. Before we start the match, we need some rules here, and the regulations of round 1 are as follows. In round number 1, the field of competition will hear 8 different questions from 8 different categories of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Your first question, your last question, and every question therein is each worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing. At least there isn't in round number 1. Wink, wink. Once PJ or myself ask the question, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on whatever writing surface you prefer. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. Remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. That's your repeat a question. If you need us to repeat something, not sure you heard it right, you just want to buy yourself another 15 seconds to get that correct answer, use one of your repeats. You also each have 1 challenge you may utilize at any point throughout the 3-round match. We'll bring in managers, we'll deliberate to our heart's content, and it will ultimately be your manager who confirms and ratifies if said challenge is taking place. PJ Campbell, we got 2 competitors here, and I think just that reading of the rules really got them locked in and focused. So I will first ask Klee Sweet Tea Wiggins, are you ready to get going?
Ready.
And Britney Cherry Bomb Young.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Then let's get ready to do Schmoedown! Asking the first question of the match will be probably the guy that wrote said question, Mr. PJ Campbell. At your ready, sir.
All right. Question number 1 comes from the realm of dramas. Which female rock star co-starred in the films The People vs. Larry Flint and The Man on the Moon?
I'm going to have so much fun during the match because after every question, I just want to ask you,
even know
hey,
why I
PJ, did you
bothered
write that
to
one? Or
bring my
did somebody
marker
else?
today.
You know, every
I
once
ain't
in a while.
getting any of these,
It was
right? Of course.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both competitors smiling like they know this one. Klee, we're going to go to you first.
Is it Courtney Love?
It is Courtney Love. Is that what Britney Young had?
Courtney Love. I need bigger handwriting, clearly.
You just want to maybe expand that font size just ever so slightly. Courtney Love is correct. We move to your next category, which is famous actors and actresses. The question: which actress appeared in the 2010s films 50-50, Into the Woods, and Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates? Out of those films, PJ, which one?
You want me to rank them?
Yeah.
You asking that?
Yeah, I mean, it's what I do. 4, 3, 50-50 is first, right?
Yeah, 50-50 is the best.
Me?
All right. That is one. Repeat the question for corruption. And the question: famous actors and actresses, which actress appeared in the 2010s films 50-50, Into the Woods, and Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates?
It's definitely 50-50 at the top. And then probably Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Pretty funny movie, actually.
I heard some not so good things from the other guy who's sometimes there. 5,
I'm easily entertained.
3, his name escapes me. 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to you first. Brittany, did you have it?
Anna Kendrick?
Anna Kendrick is correct. Did Klee get there with the repeat?
No, Anne Hathaway is who I guess.
A solid guess,
Anna
but incorrect, and
Kendrick,
Young
Anna
takes her
Hathaway,
first lead of the game as we go back to
Anna.
PJ.
You have
All
such
right.
handwriting, Clee.
Thank you. My mother would be so proud.
Well, we are moving into the realm of the 1980s. Which comedic actor plays the irreverent golfer Ty Webb in 1980s Caddyshack? This is a fan favorite around these parts, isn't it, Mark?
I think you could classify it as that. It's really tough to rank your favorite of these stars. 5,
Yes.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Back to you, Klee Wiggins, to tie Brittany.
Chevy
Bill
Chase.
Murray?
Is correct. Did Brittany
The
have
other
it?
guy was in
You
the
guys tried to
movie.
stump me on a Caddyshack one last time with Jericho. Chevy Chase!
Brittany Young gets it again. That is Chevy
That's
Chase.
not
And we go on to the world of fantasy science fiction. And the question for a point: which Marvel Cinematic Universe actor appeared in the following reboots? 2009's Star Trek and 2016's Ghostbusters.
Now, Mark,
Finally,
I have to ask
something
you,
I know!
rank the movies.
I really enjoyed that Ghostbusters,
Me too.
Me too.
but that Star Trek made me like Star Trek. 5, 4,
It's the most
3,
Star Wars Star Trek movie of all time.
2, 1. It's probably why I liked it so much. All right, pens down.
Well, there's a
Let's go to you
floating
first,
R2D2
Brittany,
in
with
there
that big,
somewhere.
beautiful handwriting.
I'm not as excited about this one. Chris Hemsworth.
Chris?
That is correct,
Hemsworth.
and it gets a little bit bigger each time. We appreciate that.
Wait
How about
till
Klee
question
Wiggins?
8.
Klee, did you have it?
Chris Hemsworth.
She had it, and there we go. Brittany Young, still perfect halfway through round number 1. Klee trails her by a mere point.
And now we're moving into question number 5 in the realm of comedies. You waited your whole life for that, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Felt good.
What comedy franchise features the characters Scott Evil, Number 2, and Fat Bastard?
And look, I'll tell you this right now. Just coming off a brilliant Collision, it was just so much fun, but also just hearing live reactions in studio.
Man, I can't tell you how much I miss that.
3,
So
2,
they already shot it. then.
1. Pens down. Going to you first.
of
Sweet
it.
Tea.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers is the correct franchise. Brittany, to stay
Austin
perfect.
Powers.
Austin Powers.
She got there, and so now we have 3 questions left in round number 1. It is still anyone's ball game. 1 point lead for Young. Your next category is in the world of action/adventure movies. And the question: which famous character has been played in action-adventure films by such actors as Charlie Hunnam, Sean Connery, and Clive Owen?
Now, do you have a favorite amongst the list of actors there?
I mean, you say anything other than Sean Connery, it just doesn't work, right?
I agree more.
4, 3, 2.
JTE.
Okay, just in time. Categories action adventure. The question: what famous character has been played in action adventure films by such actors as Charlie Hunnam, Sean Connery, and Clive Owen? Side trivia question for you: can you name the movie where Sean Connery sings?
Is it Darby O'Gill and the Little People?
You're too good for this world, PJ. 5, 4, 3.
Why I get paid the big bucks to write.
Well, it's a good movie. Pens down. Brittany, we're going to you first. Did you have it?
I hope my panic was worth it. King Arthur?
King Arthur.
Your panic was worth it. King Arthur is correct. Clee, to stay one behind.
I said King Richard.
Oh, so close. It was
so
a
close.
king, but I don't know that Clive Owen or Charlie Hunnam ever played King Richard. Good knowledge that Sean Connery was King Richard, but unfortunately, cannot give you the point. So now it's a 2-point game. Brittany Young still perfect. We got our penultimate round one question.
By the way.
And we are in the world of comic book movies. Which actress plays Barbara Minerva, also known as Cheetah, in Wonder Woman 1984? Did you see this one, Mark?
Yeah, I did.
I was going to ask what you thought, but I felt like that answer really just said that.
Yeah, it was.
Fair enough.
4, 3.
I enjoyed
2,
that movie.
1. Pens down. Let's revisit Wonder Woman 1984, starting with Klee Wiggins.
Is this how you spell Kristen Wiig?
Is correct. She pulls to within 1 for the moment. Brittany to extend it back to a 2-point lead.
Kristen Wiig.
She got it. We are 1 question away from a perfect round for Brittany Young, and we've arrived at our final question in round number 1 for both Klee and Brittany. Here it is in the world of directors. Fancy people who do this a lot. The question for a point. What was the first collaboration film of director James Cameron with actor Arnold Schwarzenegger?
They've made a couple of good movies together.
They collabed on a project. Well, you know, going back a question, the greatest actor to ever play King Arthur is?
Sean Connery.
4. Graham Chapman. 3.
All right, fair enough.
2.
We do Holy Grail around here.
1. Pens down. Pens down, and we go to Brittany Young first for a perfect round 1.
Is it Terminator?
Terminator?
It is Terminator, and that is a perfect round 1 for Brittany Young. Klee Wiggins, did you have it?
The Terminator.
She had the Terminator, and so PJ,
Well,
a
there is
very
no that
good round by
in
Klee
the
Wiggins.
title,
She got
but-
6 out of 8, but Brittany Young is the story so
There's
far.
no other movie
Perfect
called
round 1, and for that, Brittany, you're going to be asked a bonus question just to you, worth another point. PJ's going to ask you. You don't need to write this one down. You can simply wager a guess whenever you're ready.
All right, are you ready, Britt?
Yes.
Your bonus question. The films Seabiscuit and Secretariat both depict what sport?
Horse racing.
That's correct.
Yes, I'm glad
It is
I
now
watched
a
BoJack
9-6
Horseman.
lead. Still quite a ball game we got going. Brittany Young, a perfect round 1 through and through. And
I'm on 5
now
now.
enter the zany world of the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. I don't have the kind of money to send each one of y'all a real wheel, so you're just going to spin it with your mind. It is virtual. Once you settle on a category, 4 questions will emerge from that particular realm of Schmoedown knowledge. Each question is worth 2 points. No penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which PJ promised me is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question does go down to 1 point. It was a perfect round for Brittany Young. She's got a 3-point lead, and so, Cherry Bomb, the decision is yours. Would you like to
and
spin
9.
that virtual wheel first or defer to Sweet Tea, your opponent?
Do I get to confer with my manager or no?
You get to confer after you make the decision. Switch things up a little.
Ooh. You know what? I would like to go second, please.
Klee, we have a strict no touching policy for outsiders, so we will not be accepting any kind of hugs or nice gestures from Brittany Young. She can go hug someone else. We're not here for that. Okay? So now that that's out of the way, we don't have to worry about anyone's grimy fingers on us. 3 points, I wouldn't sweat it. I'm not worried about what she's doing over there.
She
What
is
I
a
noticed
nurse.
is that your gameplay has improved since the last
she
time you
knows
played.
a
Your
lot
round one
about
was
what that
significantly
can
better
do.
than the last time. So be proud of yourself for that. Take that energy into round 2, and let's make up some ground here, okay? I don't know how you're feeling. Talk to me. Are you okay? Are you a little in your head? You feeling all right?
I feel great.
Okay, good. That's where I need you to stay because you're doing great, okay?
No, I've had a nap today. I feel great.
All right, there is the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. I did not get my nap today.
I didn't either, and I see James
We
Bond
can tell.
on the wheel. Is Mike playing?
James Bond is on the wheel. That's very interesting, PJ.
Yeah!
Oh, no, Klee Wiggins.
Of course. Again.
It seems
Again.
to be the curse, but we saw what she did with opponent's choice last time, and so we do drop out corruption and we bring in the stars.
Brittany, amazing job. They say if you can't beat them, join them, and I'm so glad I joined you. Let's talk about this, though, and then I'll praise you more later. We've talked about what we want to do here. We like a lot of these broader categories because there's just more room for error in them. I think we know exactly what we want to do, but I just want to check in with you. How are you feeling?
Right?
I mean, yeah, I think I'm still digging the 2 that we had discussed previously. I think our top choice probably would be what I'm going for, if you remember which one that was.
Yeah, I do. If you want to, I'm good with that.
Okay, cool. Klee, have fun in the 2000s, baby.
All right, so it is the 2000s that Britney gave Klee after Klee, I guess, rebuffed the hug attempt. I didn't really see that happen, but it is the 2000s. That is the category that Klee is going to be fielding 4 questions from. PJ Campbell is going to be asking you your questions, Klee. Keep in mind you have the multiple choice usages, and also keep in mind both competitors. Just make sure we can see your hands because stealing is a factor in round number 2. So the category was the 2000s, PJ. What faces Klee Wiggins?
Well, we got question number 1 here. Who plays Miles Dumont, a Hollywood music composer who falls in love with Kate Winslet's Iris Simpkins in The Holiday?
Jack Black.
Blackjack.
That is correct for 2 points.
This is what Klee does in opponent's choice rounds.
Absolutely, it is. Her second question, in the film Public Enemies, John Dillinger is gunned down after leaving what type of establishment?
Multiple choice, I think.
Is it A, a movie theater, B, a grocery store, C, a bar, or D, a laundromat?
A movie theater.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right, and so now we're at the point where it was a tied ball game momentarily. Well, now actually it is a tied ball game. She needed 3 points. She got 3 points, and now for her first lead of the game, back to you, PJ.
Question number 3. In Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, who played inmate Ulysses Everett McGill?
George Clooney.
I don't know if it was a guess mark, but she's correct for 2 points.
2 more points, and we go to her final question. Klee Wiggins, once again, having a very good round 2, despite spinning opponent's choice.
Absolutely. And her final question in round number 2, Michael Sheen and Frank Langella star in what biopic that was nominated at the 2009 Academy Awards?
So it came out in 2008 then.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, The Queen, B, Good Night and Good Luck,
Where are the rest of
C,
the answers?
Frost
Oh.
Nixon, or D, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
Frost Nixon.
Frost Nixon.
That is correct for 1 more point.
It's
One
a
more
guess.
point, and Klee
came up with
Wiggins
it
is
before
becoming
she
famous for these opponent's
said
choice
it, so
spins, but in a good way
guess
because
it
she's
counts.
doing very well with the categories she's saddled with. She didn't have a perfect round 1, yet she now finds herself enjoying a 3-point lead over the perfect still Brittany Cherry Bomb Young. And so we will say goodbye to Klee. We'll welcome once again Brittany Young's manager, Roxy Stride.
I think that was perfect because not only was she able to go perfect her round 2 last time, But this time, even though we got opponents, we know she's really good. And we gave her something that made her drop down to multiple choice. And that's exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted her to not have a perfect round there. And that's what we were able to accomplish. And you already had a lead going into that round. So yes, she's up by 3, but she won't be up by 3 for long. I'm excited to spin this wheel. We've got strategy going into this. You are playing lights out right now. So we've got that on our side. Let's spin the wheel and see how we do.
Spin it.
I like what you said,
I don't know
Ben.
what to do with my hands. I'm like,
But at least they're on camera the whole time, and that's the point.
why did my frame?
You can do. It is legal to do the Kevin McAllister if you want. All right. She has spun the horrific world of Boston sports fan Stephen King. So y'all have 60 seconds to decide. Do you want to stick with the works of Mr. King as far as cinematic works, or do you want to spin again?
I think that we like the Boston element that you just said. And if we end up on Stephen King, it would be fine. But Brittany, I think there are things on this wheel that I feel a little better about. How are you feeling?
I agree. If we have to come back to it, we come back to it. But I would like to exercise my second spin, please.
Let's do it. And this time it was like a Wingardium Leviosa.
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
I never emphasized the O enough.
No.
All right, so we go from Stephen King to John Hughes
Multiple
movie.
choice if you need it. You got this. Just take your time with everything.
John Hughes movies is the category, spinning away from Stephen King, landing on a slightly softer, gentler, and more humorous brand of auteur, that being the world of Mr. John Hughes. So, Brittany, you have 4 questions, each one worth 2 points unless you need multiple choice. And keep in mind, stealing is available for Klee Wiggins in this round. Here we go with the works of John Hughes for 2 points. Which John Hughes film has the line, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it"?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Is correct for 2 points. Your next question. This could possibly give you the lead back over Sweet Tea. Who stars as a homeless con man in 1991's Curly Sue?
Jim Belushi.
It's a Belushi, and you got the correct one. That is 2 more points, and PJ, now it is a lead once again for Cherry Bomb over Sweet Tea, 2 of what are quickly becoming my favorite 2 nicknames in the Schmoedown.
Cherry
They
Tea.
complement each other well. I'm not gonna lie.
If they were a team together, it'd be
Hate
Cherry
a team
Tea.
up in some alternate universe. So your penultimate question in the world of John Hughes movies.
Or Sweet Cherry.
What specific item does traveling salesman Del Griffith claim to sell in planes, trains, and automobiles?
Shower curtain rings.
It's such a specific
I need
question.
to watch that movie
And it is
again.
correct
I
for
love
2
it.
more
Lovely.
points. Brittany Young
I saw it
has
years ago.
not missed nor needed the aid of multiple choice yet, and she has one final question in the world of John Hughes, and that is, in the film Uncle Buck, Buck's teenage niece, Tia, begins dating a boy who has what unusual first name?
Smorglich.
Bug.
Okay.
I've seen Uncle Buck. I didn't remember that particular
Uncle
thing happening,
Buck.
but it's
He was
correct.
super
for 2
cute.
more
He was so cute.
and that is a dominating round 2 performance for Brittany Cherry Bomb Young. Klee's playing great, PJ, but Brittany's playing perfect. It is 17-12. Young enjoying a 5-point advantage over Wiggins as we head in to round number 3. Round number 3 works as thus. 3 questions will emerge for each individual competitor. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round 3. Your first question is going to be worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points. Your final question is worth 5 big points. We get those questions because y'all give us some help. You're going to give us 3 numbers each. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same numerals as your opponent because each one corresponds to a unique category of Schmoedown mystery. So from 1 to 20, we are going to go to Brittany Young first, as she does enjoy the lead currently. Brittany, from 1 to 20, what 3 numbers feel the most fortunate?
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 4.
1, 2, and 4. And for Klee Wiggins, any numbers ranging from 1 to 20 that are not 1, 2, or 4.
I go 3, 5 and 13.
I've been doing this for a little while, Brittany, and number one, those were the sexiest numbers I've ever heard. So great job picking them. Rebellious. I like what you did there. Number two, whoa, look at what you're doing. I mean, the thing is, we have to remember that crazier things that have happened in the Schmoedown. When we get into this round, we really need to focus because we have not won this. This is not in the bag yet. And I know that you have 2 JTEs. You're going to take your time on these, give yourself all of the time that you need, and really just answer every question that's being asked to you. You have that knowledge in your head. We've seen that today. You're playing perfect. So I'm really proud of you. I'm so impressed. And boy, am I glad that I drafted you.
Can we make candles later?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Then we can trade Bibiani for his soap. It will be like a whole exchange situation.
Harder.
We come. Yeah, for sure. Take home the W. We can make whatever you want.
4,
I'll send you candy too.
3,
It'll be great.
2,
And bye-bye.
I guess we're going to Burning Man. I don't know what's happening here, Klee. We're 5 down, but we're not 5 out, okay? So I need you to pick your head up. I know you're still doing fine. I know you're not worried about it, and you shouldn't be, okay? She's having a great game. You're having a great game. It's unfortunate that you got spinner or opponent's choice, but look what you did with it. You didn't drop the ball there. You held your own like you always do because you always get opponent's choice and you always come out of the other side shining. So do your thing. Keep shining. Use your 2 JTEs as you see fit. Make sure you're listening to those whole questions before you answer them. If anything sounds funny, if anything sounds weird, ask for clarification. Challenge it. We'll do what we got to do, okay? Anything that's in your toolbox that you can use to your disposal to get through these next 3 questions, use it.
Got it.
Okay? All right, let's do this. Let's answer some questions.
All right, so after that stirring series of pep talks from both Roxy Stryer of the Stars and Shannon Barney of Corruption, our competitors are back seated once again. We're going to start the questioning with Klee Sweet Tea Wiggins. PJ Sweet Tea trails by 5, but can make up 2 points in that ground right now with her 2-point question. She selected category number 3. What category does that correspond to?
That would correspond to the world of biopics, Mark, or biopics, as you like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And Klee, for 2 points, who directed The Wolf of Wall Street?
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
I watched half of that movie.
That is correct for 2 points.
And Klee Wiggins now finds herself one question
it's a
away
very long
from
movie,
tying
and I
the
couldn't
lead
finish
of
the
Brittany
second half.
Young. She selected number 5 for this venture. Where does that put her?
We are now
Number
in the
5 is
world
alive.
of Oscar films. For 3 points, for which film was Joaquin Phoenix nominated for his first Oscar?
Walk the Line.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. We were looking for Gladiator.
Really? That
It's a tricky
early?
one. So we're now at
early
that
in his
point in the
career?
match where Klee Wiggins faces a 5-pointer she's got to have. This could extend the match and even give her the lead
That's how
over
great
Young.
of an actor he
She'd be
is,
able to avoid a TKO at the very least. However, if she misses, it will be a victory for Brittany Young in the form of a technical
TKO.
knockout.
It is, and she chose category number 13, Mark, which corresponds to the world of family films. What family film ends with the line, "Don't forget what happened to the man who got everything he ever wanted. He lived happily ever after"?
That's an interesting quote, to say the least.
5, 4.
Repeat the question.
That's your second JTE rule. You have 1 remaining.
What family film ends with the line, "Don't forget what happened to the man who got everything he ever wanted. He lived happily ever after"?
Five, 4, 3,
Home Alone.
2. And your winner, Brittany Cherry Bomb Young. We were looking for Willy Wonka
and the Chocolate Factory.
Leave it to me. That's the only question I've ever known. That's a really good movie, though. Brittany! Yay! Brittany! Unbelievable. Incredible job. Just so phenomenal. I'm so proud of you right now. I think people are going to be talking very differently about you after this game. Very differently.
That was great. We should be talking differently about Klee too, because 100% I watched her matches. Girl brought it. That was so much fun. Thank you, team. So much fun, guys.
PJ, I know you're a little new to this announcing thing. First of all, you did admirably. And second, Britney Young played lights out, like Roxy said.
Perfect
She
game.
pitched a perfect ball game, and the end result was a TKO in her favor. What do you think of this match?
I mean, not only did Britney play absolutely like lights out, like you just said, she played a perfect game all the way through, but also Klee hitting opponent's choice, but actually working her way through. She got every one of her questions correct. She didn't leave anything on the table for a steal. So even Klee played very well for herself, but Britney just played that much better tonight. And man, what a match it was.
Well, this is the odd part, because you are definitely just as talented as I am at announcing a Schmoedown. However, I am no Jen Sturger nor a Steph Sabra. But now I make my foray into the world of post-match interviewing. I'm turning it over to myself.
Break a leg.
Hello, Roxy and Britney, and congratulations on what was a perfect game played by you, Cherry Bomb. How do you feel after that perfect game? Is this something that even you had expected or anticipated, playing that well and earning a TKO?
I mean, I definitely had a blast. I will say now getting the TKO, my nerves are like way more than they were at the beginning of the game. But I don't know, Roxy, honestly, like she was helping me out the whole time. The faction was helping me out, studying. I really did cram and try to get everything in there. But like, again, it just comes back to, it's just so much fun to come in and see competitors and, you know, test the knowledge that my parents were like, you're watching way too much TV as a child. Clearly I'm using it now, Mom and Dad. Clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great game, honestly. Even from a
Look at me
fan,
now.
that was a fantastic game.
I am not entertained.
Roxy, it sounds
Speaking
like
of
someone is
Gladiator.
just a little happy to be out of their parents' roof again after a few months there. So, Roxy, what does it mean to you? And can you give us a little behind the scenes as to how you were reacting watching Britney play this? I mean, she got a perfect round one, perfect round two. What was going on in the Stryer household?
That was wild. Well, the Stryer household, I would take being with anybody's parents right now just to not be alone. Britney, come live with me, thank you. I was stoked. I think that anytime one of your players plays a perfect game, you never expect that from anybody, because we see the absolute best people who've been playing for 7 years miss questions every single match. So anytime somebody plays a perfect game, it's impossible to beat perfect. And so I think that Klee played awesome today. And I think that Klee spun opponent's choice and still knocked it out of the park. And then I think that Britney beat her anyway. So I'm so proud of you, Britney. And that was so impressive. And you've grown every single match exponentially. And like I said, if you can't beat them, join them. I'm a smart cookie, or as my people say, smart cookie. Drafting you as late as I did, the only mistake I made was not drafting you earlier.
Yeah, Roxy, I want to come back to you for some thoughts on corruption and how it feels to beat Shannon Barney in a match. But first, your competitor was saying some nice things, rightfully so, about Klee Sweet Tea Wiggins. So what was your read on facing Klee Wiggins during this match, Britney?
I mean, in the best way possible, she's a wall. She's got like that positive spirited energy where she just lets every question, right or wrong, just like roll off her back. And honestly, I'm an emotional like beacon. I take everything in, right or wrong. So I really do admire that about her. And like I said, I mean, I watched her matches that she did before, and again, she's just crushed it every time. And today I was just super impressed with her and glad to share the stage with her. So yeah, it was fun. I don't know why I went high with that.
Because it sounded great. Klee is hard to hate. Shannon's easy to hate. So that's nice.
Okay, that's, I guess, as nice of a compliment as I've ever heard you pay corruption. And so I guess the final question here is what's next? I mean, clearly a wealth of knowledge in a variety of categories was on display by your competitors. So where can Britney Cherry Bomb Young go from here, in the words of her own manager?
Well, I think what's great is that I have a feeling that now Britney's pretty hungry. And that means that where we're going to go is playing. Let's play the game. We've been at this for a half year together, and we haven't been able to showcase what she can do this season. And now we just want to get out there. Bring it on.
All right, she's moved out of her parents' place and maybe moving into Roxy's apartment is what I'm hearing right now. So we'll keep you posted on that behind the scenes. In the meantime, congratulations to both of you. Well-earned title stars. It's a big victory, and we hope you enjoy it. We'll see you next time. All right, PJ, I got to tell you, that Mark guy, really no idea what the hell he's doing. He is horrible at reading prompter, but some very inspiring words, because we've seen time and time again Roxy Stryer be able to take a competitor of hers who is struggling in a game and pick them up and somehow will them into answering a big 3 or 5 pointer. She didn't need to use all those majestic powers in this match because Britney Young was locked in, focused, and like Roxy said, she looks ready for more matches sooner rather than later.
Oh, 100%. I think she's biting just to get back into it. And with, we've got big tournament right around the corner. We may see Britney right back in it very, very soon.
And if you're Corruption, if you're Shannon Barney right now, what are you telling Klee Wiggins? What are you telling the faction? Where do you go from here if you're Corruption? You're coming off a very big weekend, which I'll ask Shannon about in a little bit. But right now, you're just stinging from this loss a little bit where you thought you could have had a chance to make a comeback.
I mean, you might be stinging a little bit, but I'm also telling the faction, and I'm telling Klee, you played great. You hit opponent's choice. You traversed the entire thing. You didn't leave any points on the table. You had a very good round one. You played great. You just had an opponent who played a little bit better today, and that's okay. That's the game. But, she came to play, and Corruption is no stranger to taking a loss, but still being able to move forward.
We're going to ask Corruption about that and more in just a second with some handsome fella in a blue jacket. We have Shannon and we have Klee Wiggins. Klee, going to start with you, Sweet Tea, because look, you had a great round one, and what a round two again. How are you spinning opponent's choice again and again? And I guess the better question is, how are you conquering being saddled with opponent's choice again and again? You seem to elevate your game when you spin that dreaded slice.
It is what it is. What am I going to do about it? But I can't spin away, so I just do it.
Shannon.
He played perfect, so what can I do about that?
That's really the story here, that it wasn't the fault of your competitor. It's just that Britney Young played perfect through 2 rounds. So how do you decompress and talk to a competitor like this who's coming off a tough loss where she played really well, it just wasn't enough against a perfect game?
Well, I would say, Klee, every dog has their day, and that bitch Roxy had hers. What can we do about it? What can we say about it? Britney played perfect. You improved your game. You needed a good round one, and you had a good round one. That was my biggest concern for you. And you did fantastic with it. You spun opponent's choice again. They landed on something clearly they wanted. I told you, going over this wheel, I feel like that's what they put on the wheel. And that gave me more confidence in going, yeah, I think I was right on that. And I think you knew that too. So yeah, when you get handed a bone, you're going to eat it, right? You're not going to throw it away and say, oh, I'd rather have like a whatever. I don't even know. I don't care about dog toys. Roxy does. We'll ask her about that. But you played great. And I hope you hold your head up high. Nobody wants a TKO, and you know what I mean? Sometimes we just have to take the loss on the chin. We've got steel jaws. We can handle it. We'll bounce back. There's nothing we can't overcome. I don't need to pep talk you, because you're not going to go home and cry in the bathtub and never want to play again because of it, because you're Sweet Tea Klee Wiggins.
Yeah, so, I still want to play. So
yeah, we'll have a drink and we'll lament about the dumb crap that happened during this game. But at the end of the day, you should be proud of yourself because you did play well. And again, you have to be perfect, and more than perfect to beat perfect. You have to wait till perfect falls off. And that didn't happen today. And that's going to happen. We've been on the delivering end of this, and now we're on the receiving end of it. And all's fair in love and war. So the train just keeps on rolling.
Yeah.
As far as your experience in Corruption, Klee Wiggins, it seems like a pretty tightly knit band of pirates over there. How have you been enjoying being in Corruption? It was a tough loss today, but you seem very well prepared for the match, and that's got to be partially as a result of being in that faction.
Yeah, no, I love being in Corruption. It's awesome. They're great. The whole faction is awesome.
And that's the Queen right there. And Queen, you're coming off a very big weekend. It's breaking news here on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Shannon, you're coming off a huge weekend with the collision. So how did you celebrate, and then how do you come back and then focus on the rest of the season, and what's going to take to get to the top of the faction standings again?
oh, we just keep doing what we're doing. Did you not see? Are you not paying attention to our season? We always rise to the top. It's what we do. So we keep pushing, we keep playing, we keep beating people, and we'll get there. I said it last season, I'll say it again. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint, and we train really hard for this. So we will absolutely be exactly where we need to be when the chips fall, and we'll be on top because that's where we belong.
Well, it was a pleasure to announce the match today. Klee, it's great having you in our league, and Shannon, it's always a pleasure.
You look tired. You should get some sleep.
I need my nap. I don't know what we pay anybody around here, but Jen and Steph aren't making enough when you got to go to a corruption interview, especially when they've been on the losing end of the stick that day, because it's an intimidating proposition. But they do seem optimistic about the rest of the season, and why not? They have so much going for them, and I would include Klee Wiggins in the corruption as far as being able to prep for a match, having those competitors help prep her and her prep other people. That's a scary faction come tournament time. Doesn't matter which tournament we're talking about.
No, they're one of the closest, most tight-knit factions in the entire game, and they're scary now that, they're feeling it, and they're going to make sure that when Klee comes back, she's coming back with a vengeance, man. You can only guess that Shannon's hoping it's against another one of the stars so that she can really get a little bit of revenge.
Tournament season heating up here in the movie trivia Schmoedown on multiple fronts, which is probably why PJ's typing fingers are a little sore, but hey, come on, man. You get to host every so often, but we love you for being our head writer, and thank you for all the greatness that you do in the movie trivia Schmoedown, stepping up when called upon to co-announce a match with me. It was a fun one, pal. I enjoyed it.
It was, man. Thank you again for having me, and, it's fun to be on this side of it for once, and then if something was wrong, they could yell at me in person.
It's just living proof that we are a family, we're a community. We love having all of you fans included in that as well here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. So make sure you check out everything from the Patreon to the podcast offerings that we do from SCN Live, from the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, and that Facebook fan page you can join right now. For the entire hardworking team behind the scenes here at the Schmoedown, everybody over there at Skybound, and everybody here that you saw in the match today, including that gentleman, PJ Campbell, Klee Wiggins, Brittany Young, Shannon Barney, Roxy Stryer, and Christian Harloff. I am merely Mark Ellis saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Well, you win some, you lose some, and that has definitely been the case for Corruption and the Stars with this back-to-back reaction of Schmoedown matches. Well, Corruption beat the Stars, in the previous match, Claudia Dolph versus Christy V, and now the Stars beat Corruption with Britney Young versus Klee Wiggins. This time it was by TKO, so they kind of managed to put a little -1. Corruption took a little bit of a point out of them. It was a great match. Britney played a great game, and she's so fun to have around the Schmoedown. I'm happy for her, and she kind of looks like she fits more with the quirky Mercs because she's so happy and joyful and elated, as I believe Mark said. But I think she's just one of those competitors that really fits well in any faction you can put her. She's just great. She's just a joy to watch. And tough loss for Klee. Again, opponent's choice rears its ugly head again, but she did ace that category and just landed on a 3-pointer that was pretty difficult, and a 5-pointer she just didn't know. So that be the case here. I mean, I only got 7 questions right in this match, which is one more than my last one match. So I guess there's something to that. But in any case, a win's a win, a loss is a loss, and I gotta go to sleep before I get any more loss of sleep. So. Thank you all for watching. If you have, I'll make sure to watch the third and final match from last week, right before the new batch of matches is going to start dropping on the YouTube's nest tomorrow. I'll watch it tomorrow. More matches will come out in a couple of days. So that's what I was going for. Anyways, good night, everybody. I'm going to sleep. Goodbye.
Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.